Okay, Lexi Hughes, we back at it again. Installment number 2. What are we doing? AC X Factor. So how we do this? Well, as I always do, let's go through the steps. So let's start with the beginning steps. First step, we have 5 steps that we need to follow. Okay? So, write the polynomial in standard form. What is standard form? X squared comes first. What's after x squared? X to the first. And after x to the first, x to 0. So it goes in order from highest degree to lowest degree. That is what standard form is. Factor out all common factors in a trinomial. In some cases, you might need to factor out a common number in the trinomial before you factor. In this situation, if I look at this one right here, I can divide by 3 here, divide by 3 here, and divide by 3 here. This makes that process a little, well, not even a little, a lot easier. Okay? Now, my next part would be use the x. Use the x. Now we're going to write the trinomial using the x. So, right? So we rewrite the trinomial with the help of step 3, and then when we're done with that, we're going to go into using factoring by grouping. All right? Now, if you understand factoring by grouping, you basically have majority of it right. The x part is kind of simple. You just got to understand where you want to put your product, where you want to put your sum. And I'll show you an example later. I do it a little differently from Black and Glover, but it's basically the same thing. It's just the product and sum is switched. So for some of you understand what I'm talking about, good. If not, I'm going to show you the example right here. So, next, let's jump into some examples. Let me try to make this real easy for you. So, like I said a minute ago, I like my sum to be on top. I like my sum up top and product at the bottom. Some people like the product at the top, some at the bottom. It really doesn't matter. It's the same process, as long as you understand what's at the top and what's at the bottom. Okay? So, first things first, my sum. So with this one, this is my sum. I want to bring it straight down, -14. Right? Now, the next thing is, I'm going to put an understood, there's an understood 1 right here. Multiply this 1 times this 45, I get 45, right? Now, as you see, I'm not using the x's at all. I'm using just the coefficients. What are the coefficients? The ones in front of the x squared, that's a coefficient. The number in front of x is -14, that's a coefficient, and of course 45 is just 45. Okay? Now, let's go through what are the factors of 45. 1 and 45, right? Now, before I even jump into that, I need to explain what am I looking for. I'm looking for something that multiplies to be 45, which is the product here, and adds to be -14. So does -1 and 45 work? No. Does 2 go in the next one? No. 3 and 15. Does 3 and 15 work? Can I do anything to this to make that work? No. Can I do, what's next? Does 4 work? No. 4 doesn't divide into 45, but 5 does. And it gives 9 times. Is there anything left? 6 goes, no. That's it, right? So, now I need a positive 45 and -14. So it needs to add up to be -14 and multiply to be -45. How will I need to set that up? So the 9 and the 5. So let's make, only way to make this work is if both of these are, if it's a positive, that means it either has to be both negative or both positive. But this is a negative right here. So that means they have to be both negative. So -5, -9. Alright? Good. So now let's rewrite it. Rewrite it, I'm going to change colors. How do I rewrite this right here? This would be x squared, right? Now to rewrite this 14, I'm taking this 14 and I'm taking these numbers right here, right? And I'm rewriting it based upon what I have here. So that would be this 14x. So that would be 5x, that's why I need to bring in the x, minus 9x, right? So if I add these together, I still get this. Minus 45. Now this is where I do my factor by grouping. So I got 4 of them. So I can do factor by grouping, right? And we all know how to do that. So pull that together like this, pull that together like that. The GCF of this would be x. Now, this right here would be, the GCF of this would just be x, and not the GCF, but the GCF is x. And then what I need to multiply times x to give me x squared, x. What I need to multiply times x to give me negative 5x, of course, negative 5. Now, my last thing is going to be, what's the GCF of these two? It's going to be negative 9. How do I know? It's because I need an x here. I need these to match up. So it would be x minus 5. Now, if these match up, what do? Bring them together as one. X minus 5. What do I do with these? Put on the outside. X minus 9. And now, as you see, we are done. This is the answer. Alright? Good to go. Alright, now, let's look at the next example, which would be this one right here. So, first step. First thing you do this times this. What do I get? Product at the bottom. It'd be negative 12. Sum at the top. Negative 4. What are the factors of 12? 1 and 12. 2 and 6. 3 and 4. Right? So what can I do to make negative 12 and add to be negative 4? Now this was a little bit trickier, but not really. Can I do anything to this to give me negative 4? No. Can I do something to this? Yeah. Yes, I can. Now, when I have a negative here and a negative here, what does that mean? One number has to be positive and one number has to be negative, right? So that means that I need a negative 6 and a positive 2. Now it's time to rewrite this right here, right? So I start with my 3x squared. I'm going to rewrite negative 4 as this right here, which would be negative 6x plus 2x minus 4. And now what do? Factor by grouping. But before I start, it doesn't matter if I put the 2 here, the 6 here, it doesn't matter how I do it. It doesn't matter the order, you'll still get the same answer. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and group these two together. What's the GCF of this? It would be 3x. So I get x minus 2. What's the GCF of this one? It would be 2. And I get x minus 2. Now this matches this, so what do? Bring it together. 3x plus 2. And I get x minus 2. And as you see, this is my answer. I am done. Alright? Good to go, good to go. So, next one. Keep pushing. Example 3. Well, this would be example 3, but of course it's still the same 2 there. Let's jump right into it. What I do next? I'm going to change colors. So, this times this gives me my negative 72. My product at the bottom, as I say, sum at the top. Oop, and I get my negative 1. So, what are the factors of 72? 1 and 72, and anything else work? I think 2 goes in 72, doesn't it? Could be wrong, could be wrong. I think I might be right though. So that would be 36. 2 and 36. Can 3 go into 72? Yes, it can. 3 goes into 72. So that's 2, 6, 12. So that's 24. 3 and 24. What's left? 4. Can 4 go into 72? Not sure. I don't think so. Yeah, actually I think it does. 4 goes into 72. 1, negative 4, 32. So that's 18. 4 and 18. What's left? 5. No. 6. 6 goes to 72. Yep. 6 goes to 72 too. So we go 1, 6. And that's 12. 6 and 12. And then what's left over? 7. No. 8. 8, 9. So, let me go ahead and erase this part right here. These are all the factors of 72. Now, what goes into, now, what will give me a -1? Will this give me -1? No. Will this give me -1? No. No, 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 but, yes. So we get, multiply to give me 72 and add to be -1. -9 and 8. Does everyone see that? Good to go. So now we're going to do our factor by grouping, right? So that would be 9x squared minus 1x plus 8x minus 72. Now let's group everything together. Group this together with this and this together with that. What do we get? This will just be an x here. So that would be 9x minus 1. And what goes here? What can I pull out of here? Oh, I haven't made a mistake. You see how I made a mistake right here? Let me correct that. Yes, I make mistakes too. So that really should be a 9 right here. Sorry about that, people. So I made a mistake. This 9 should go right here, and this 8 should go right here. Simple mistake. So my GCF of these right here would be 9x. Excuse me, people. Minus 1, and then the 8 would be 8x minus 1. Now, pull it all together. This goes together, so it will be 9x plus 8 and x minus 1. And now, as you see, we are good to go. That's it. Hope this helps. Go back. Redo these problems so you get it right. We need an A on this quiz. Alright, first, we're trying to start off good. So, that's it. HCX factor. We are done. Signing off.